they're all custom made for each dog, so that it looks like it's heavy, but it's actually only less than 2 pounds. And I don't keep a whole lot of things in his harness, it's practically empty. So it works like a horse's saddle, where, you know, any type of person or anybody, they can carry that weight. It's not on his backbone, it works on his strong shoulder muscles. So we always have to keep their food measured and stuff, because we don't want them to gain weight. Because if they gain weight, this doesn't give. Like our clothes, like we have a little snuggle room. He gets very uncomfortable if he gains weight.
It's like squatting.
Yeah.
I'm not even looking, I'm looking at it through the camera.
And as you'll see later, this is a halty. It's kind of like a bridle in a sense, but without a bit. Where his head goes, his body will follow, so I don't have to have any really control to control him. And you'll start to see, he'll be able to pick up things and do things for me. It doesn't keep its mouth shut, it's not a muzzle. People say, well, why do you have your service dog, why do you have a muzzle on? Not a muzzle. But it's part of the equipment, right buddy? You ready? See that he's dressed? Did you see the body change slowly? When his head goes through the harness, his brain shuts off and actually switches over into a work mode. I am amazed at how they do it.
If only I had one of those.
If I were to take him out of the harness right this minute, he'd go right back to that crazy, wild, sane, high behavior, just because then he's allowed to
If only I had one of those to put it on before school.
yeah, get your brain to work.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
You have a good Wi-Fi there?
For me?
Oh, doing.
Yeah, that didn't really do much.
Yeah.
Vantage point.
How old is he? He is 6. He will be 6. He will be 6 on May the 3rd.
That's my birthday.
Oh, okay. Hey, there's somebody here with your birthday.
Oh.
Too bad you're not 6, but. Pretty amazing. Oh, we've been together for 4 years now.
How about his birthday party went last year?
So perfect.
Okay, so my mom, so last year, he was 5. And he does a lot of things, and so he also helps me swim at a rec center. I take an MS swimming class. And so the rec center donated the room. Starbucks and Costco donated food. The paper came out. We had other recipients that I know in the area, and we had this huge birthday party for him. And it was kind of cool. I don't have any pictures up here of it. But all the service dogs were sitting in a row. We had a special cake made for the dogs, and we had a special cake for the people.
Aww.
They all had party hats. They had paper plates. There was a little placemat. And they all sat there perfectly with their cakes in front of them.
That's
While
awesome.
we sing happy birthday. And it's like, and then we told them to eat, and one of them looked at it like, it looks like it's got chocolate. I'm not allowed to eat chocolate. So they had to peel off the icing for that dog so that he would actually eat his birthday cake.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because they go grocery shopping with us. You might see service dogs out in public, working and things. So they can't eat the popcorn in the movie theaters. They can't eat the crumbs in the restaurants. They have to be able to, you know, pick up a banana, hold a hot dog, carry a piece of pizza, carry your Big Mac and your Subway sandwich to the car and in the car and maybe into the house. So they're very well trained. He's gotten little sometimes. The ittiest crumb, he says, is not food. So he thinks that that's okay. So we're reworking on that problem. But, so since they go grocery shopping with you, and since they carry so much, they can't eat unless you let them. And I'll demonstrate that later. I'll put some of his treats on, and I'll make him do all sorts of commands. He'll sit there and look at it, but he'll still listen to me. And then when I tell him to eat, he'll get to eat. So.
I think if you wanna go ahead and start sharing.
Okay. I kind of already started with these. Okay, so my name is Sharon, and this is Chuck Wagon, and he's my service dog. And like I said, he's almost 6. We've been together for about 4 years. We were introduced to each other through Canine Partners for Life, which is in Crockersville, Pennsylvania. It's an organization that raises and trains and places other type of service dogs, cognitive disability dogs. They also do court dogs, residential dogs, for all sorts of range of disabilities. Canine Partners for Life, otherwise known as CPL, was founded by Darlene Sullivan. She was a special ed instructor and animal trainer, and she started it out of her home in 1989. She's unusual among service dog organizations because she actually needed a service dog herself several years after she founded it. The organization flourished, and in 1997, they bought a 45-acre property in Crockersville, Pennsylvania, where now they have a state-of-the-art kennels, a training barn, an office for 15 staff, and it's just gone, it's great. They've placed about 400 teams worldwide. There's about 48 states in the U.S. and continental and the Virgin Islands that actually have CPL working dogs. There's about 4 around here, between here and Maryland and stuff. Like I said, they're unusual among service dog organizations because she needed one, and so she brings a unique sensitivity to the process. CPL is one of the first organizations that was accredited by Assistance Dog International, which is the huge umbrella of service dogs. Some organizations aren't accredited, and so you have to go above and beyond most standards to get that accreditation. A service dog is not a pet. They're great buddies, but they're really not pets. They can go anywhere and everywhere I can go, and this is their legal right. And by being with me, they can help in any and all situations and environments. And it gives us, or whoever they have, the independence that they wouldn't have without it. They place them with people that use wheelchairs or walkers, and those types of things, it takes away the walker. His harness, as you can see, has a handle on it. I can balance somewhat when I transfer on my one side of my body, not my other.
What does a transfer mean?
Oh, thanks. A transfer is to get from one place to another. So from me to get from my chair to the car seat, from my chair to the bed, I use his harness. People that have maybe stumbling balance problems, they would use the harness for support and stability. And believe me, the dogs take all the weight. I just started working on learning to stand in therapy, and he's held all my weight when I think I'm falling perfect straight. But that's another issue. Okay. As with any partnership or relationship, there's a mutual commitment and responsibility. Dogs aren't robots, they're dogs. They need love, care, and ongoing training. Chuck Wagon has some things he'd like to say. As most of you guess, keeping up with my human partner is a lot of work. She's one busy lady, but I sure do get to enjoy all the things I get to do with her. I help her transfer from her wheelchair. I carry in the groceries and the mail. I feed my sisters. They're guinea pigs. So every night, he opens the refrigerator, gets the food out, brings it down the hall, feeds the girls, puts it back in the refrigerator, shuts the door. They see him coming, they squeak.
Like
He
Pavlov's
loves
dogs.
to retrieve items for me, especially my shoes. And if he can't find me or help me, he'll find my assistants, bring them back to me so they can help me do something he can't do. Some of the other ways he helps me is by dressing and undressing. With my strong teeth, I can remove socks, shoes, and even a coat. And if mom forgets something in another room, I'm there to bring it to her. I can even help her off the floor and out of her chair. It is so rewarding when we reach our goals. One of the fun things that my mom and I do together is to talk to people about how service dogs help people. People often think that I'm blind and are surprised at how many other ways service dogs can help. Service dogs can help people with physical mobilities, which most people don't think of, seizure disorders like epilepsy. They can do medical conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, cerebral palsy, MS, lupus, Parkinson's, to name a few. And they can also do self-care limitation, things like cancer, a brain injury, lung disease, fibromyalgia, Down syndrome. One of the ways they help their human partner is by alerting seizures, heart problems, low blood sugars, and many other things. He says, I always warn my mom when she's going to have a bad headache or loses her sight, even though she doesn't like to stop and rest. I'm very persistent. You might be wondering what it looks like when a dog alerts. Just like people, we all alert differently. We all have our special way of letting our partner know that something's wrong. I stand in front of her chair and won't let her go anywhere if she's dizzy. Because my mom also has damage to her vision center, and everything goes black at times, I'm totally blind. I put my paws on her lap, and I lick her face so she feels safe, and I know that she can't roll into trouble. Safety is my #1 priority. Once her vision returns, I get off her lap or move away from her chair, and then when she has a headache or is very tired, I nudge her arm with my nose until she pays attention to me. Mom also lives with positional vertigo, which is a type of dizziness, which makes simple movements like bending down to tie your shoes, lie down to go to bed, really difficult. So it's even been more necessary for him to pick things up and bring things to me. But I'm proud and happy to do it. My biggest part of my job is keeping my mom safe, and I take my job very seriously. CPL dogs go through 2 years of custom and comprehensive training to meet the specific needs of its human partner. They train Sharon and I to work together as a team. The key to success is to find the right dog for the right person and to nurture them. CPL has one of the strongest follow-up programs in the industry for the success of each team throughout the life of their partnership. Sharon and I go together like peanut butter and chocolate, perfectly. The total cost to raise and train and provide lifetime support for these exceptional dogs is about $26,000. And he said, yeah, I know it's a lot of money, but I'm worth every penny of it. And there's a requested donation amount of between $1,000 to $3,000, but nobody is expected to pay that, and if they can't pay it, no one is ever denied a service dog for the inability to pay. It's all raised by fundraising and donations. Want to talk some more about Canine Partners for Life. They also have their in-house breeding program, which they breed the puppies, and they also have them over different breeders from the county. He's been thrilled about the success of the program, about the puppy program, But they don't sell the puppies from the breeding program. All the dogs enter one of the CPL dog programs that CPL has. Dogs enter the service dogs and move into the kennel when they're on their first birthday. They remain there until they're 2, and during that year, they perfect the skills that they've already learned in the puppy homes or the prison program, which we'll talk about in a second. They increase the intensity and environment they work. They learn more advanced skills, and they also then learn the particular skills needed for their particular person that they're going to be matched with. This is when they learn to open up doors and open up a refrigerator and a cabinet, put the laundry in the washer, and then out of the washer and dryer. They carry they carry a grocery bag out of the cashiers, out of the grocery store, into the car, into your house. And they do so much more. Alerting to medical problems and health issues is another thing that they can pick up on. The amazing trainers at CPL can't train it in a dog, but they can notice it when they have that special gift. Not all dogs have it. And if they have that gift, they'll nurture that throughout that second year.